In this video, I'm making a custom LEGO Nook's Cranny to add to my giant Animal Crossing island, which currently only consists of Dodo Airlines but will eventually expand to be 6x7 base plates, and have a surrounding beach, cliffs, rivers, and 4 separated sections for each season, including summer, winter, fall, and spring where Nook's Cranny will go. Alright, let's get started. We'll begin with a 32x32 studs base, the size of an in-game acre, and fill it with bright green plates for the springtime grass. I'm starting Nook's Cranny with my favorite headlight brick technique to get this tiny stair step up to the doors. I'll then continue by laying down a dirt path that will one day link to many other modules that kind of rely on this video doing well. So if you enjoyed this series so far, why not drop a like? These projects aren't possible without you, and I really appreciate the support. I can now start laying down the foundation for the shop, and you might notice the use of mostly jumper plates for the base. That's because I want to offset the building just by a bit for accuracy's sake, and it sets it apart from the official set a bit more. One issue I have with the scaling on this island is the fact that an in-game square compared to a minifigure should be a 3x3 space, and I'm using 2x2s to make it less complicated. However, the buildings and trees are scaled up to match the minifigure's size and the 3x3 format. This means there will be a little less room for houses around the island, but it is more cost effective. Making furniture, among other things, would also be extremely difficult using 3x3 spaces, so I think this was the best choice. I'm currently laying down tiles for the floor of the shop, and just like the airport, there will be a miniature interior with as many packed details as possible. Of course, I couldn't do the full interior because this giant room obviously doesn't fit into this. The inside will feature the deck at the back for large furniture, the table for small items, and my favorite part, the cabinet, which holds wallpaper, flooring, saplings, tools, seeds, and what should be medicine, but LEGO hasn't made a part for that yet. On a side note, let me know if you have a favorite furniture item you want displayed at the back. Preferably something flat, because there's not much room. One of my favorite ways to make walls, while kind of flimsy when building, is to use the grooves between 1x bricks to create a wood plank pattern. It's super simple, but it adds so much more texture to the building. I will add displays behind the window eventually, I just kind of forgot while designing it. Also, these doors should be bright red, but they're very rare and expensive in that color. So we'll stick with dark red for now. Here's one silly little detail LEGO messed up in the set. In the set, the flags above the door have a repeating pattern, but in game, the yellow and blue flags are switched. Unlike the airport, I'm making the roof removable by using tiles so you can access the inside. My favorite part of this build is the front porch, because of the official prints I get to use for the hot item sign and the drop-off box. That sadly doesn't open like in the set, but hey, neither does the one in game. Finally, we can start on the iconic blue roof. And if you know me, LEGO roofs are the bane of my existence, because I need them to be perfect. I literally spent more than half of the designing time on this silly roof. And maybe it's because I don't have much experience with roofs, but I always have trouble getting them just right. It looks simple until I add these bar thingies that look useless at first, but are super important for this window. I'll now connect panels like this to the front and back, and finally add this hodgepodge of a window. And yes, it has to be made like this, because it has an even length of studs that needs to fit in the middle of the uneven length of the roof. It's complicated, but it fits perfectly, and in the end, the result is beautiful. The final detail on the building is the sign, but we're not done yet, cause we still need to decorate the exterior, starting with a bistro table and 2 natural garden chairs, along with a pot and a few bushes. Next, I wanted to add an area for villagers to craft items such as this interesting furniture item. And I'll surround it with a country fence and some bushes. Over here is not just a nice place for flowers, no. It's where Tom Nook keeps his pet money tree. I'm so glad to finally use my tree design in a complete model. It really makes the whole thing feel 100% more like Animal Crossing. To To finish it all off, I'll plant some weeds, add a mop bucket and brush, one last tree, and finally Mr. Moneybags himself. And here it is, the Nook's Cranny module. A fine second addition to our growing island. Although Nook's Cranny won't stay here, it's great to see the two first sections connected together. Let us know what other ideas you might have for future modules, and maybe go watch our Dodo Airlines video to help save it from the YouTube algorithm.